Hi, everybody. I'm sure you've heard of the phrase FOMO, afraid of missing out. Well, if you look at Parshas Beha'lotcha, chapter 9, verse 7, you might find the actual source for FOMO, the original FOMO. And what's going on over here? Jewish people are supposed to bring Korban Pesach. You can't bring the Korban Pesach if you're in a state of impurity. And so these people who are holy people come up to Moshe and say, Moshe, we're impure. This is not fair. We're going to be left out of this communal activity of bringing a Korban Pesach. Who are these people? The Baal HaTurim tells us they were the people carrying Yosef's bones out of Egypt. Others say that they were the nephews of Moshe Rabbeinu. They were the cousins of Nadav and Avihu, the two sons of Aaron who died during the inauguration of the Mishkan, and they're the ones who carried out the bodies. Either way, these people were holy and they were involved in a mitzvah, and yet the mitzvah held them back because now they fell into a state of impurity. So Moshe Rabbeinu speaks to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. He says, I'll get back to you guys. And sure enough, Pesach Sheni is born. The mitzvah of Pesach Sheni, that a month later, those that might be impure or far from the Beit HaMikdash have a second chance to bring Korban Pesach. Now, we've talked about it in earlier videos, why you get a second chance when it comes to Pesach, but not when it comes to Sukkot or Rosh Hashanah, etc. But what I want to focus on is the FOMO part for a moment. How often do we do things because of FOMO, that are motivation? I will tell you that yesterday, I sat in the car for many hours going to two events. One was the moving up graduation of my 3-year-old grandson to the 4-year-olds. And my wife and I sat in traffic just to get there about an hour and a half, and then about another hour and a half back. Of course, it was worth it to see his face when we walked in. I didn't want to miss out on that life event. But I also was it about me because I didn't want to miss out? Was it about me, or was it about making his day special? I'd like to think it's about making his day special and showing up for him. The second time, I was invited to a Sheva Brachos. Again, I live in Riverdale. This was another borough. And again, sitting in traffic just to get there, finding parking. Why did I go? Well, because I wanted to be able, someone had asked me to be part of their simcha. And even though it was not the most convenient, it's true, I had to sit in a car and sit through traffic, but I didn't have to walk there. And I had to find a parking spot. Again, and it's the end of the day. But I had a chance to enhance someone's life. So when it comes to opportunities of FOMO, I'm not sure it really makes a difference. It's important about showing up, but ask yourself the question, am I showing up because I want to satisfy something about me, or is it about enhancing the life of another? And so I leave you with that thought, and that hopefully we could use FOMO as a positive motivator. So again, showing up is the best thing. Why are you showing up? That's something you have to ask yourself. But I will truly tell you that when I think about showing up for others, I don't mind sitting in traffic. I don't mind worrying about looking for parking. So think about those opportunities. Someone calls you up, we need you for a Shiva Minyan. Would you help us make a Mezuman? We need you for something. Is it about satisfying yourself or satisfying other? I wish everybody Shabbat Shalom. If you like what you hear, please pass it on.